Hello, everybody, and happy Tuesday. I am here with Tekura, and she is helping me today with talking about the Conrad Bora Bora, which is absolutely stunning. I actually was given a personal tour by her when I was there in December. Thank you for joining me, Tekura.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, so Tekura, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, because you've got a cool little backstory.
Okay. Yeah, it's always hard for me to talk about myself, but I will make the effort for you and your viewers. So I'm originally from the island of Moorea, so in Tahiti, or the more official name for the destination is French Polynesia. My dad was in the hotel business. He was an American. My mom's Tahitian, which is why I am Tahitian, but I don't look Tahitian. I look more like my dad. I have 8 sisters and 4 brothers. Most of us have the same dad and different moms. So lots going on in my family as a kid, but I did grow up in Tahiti, or in Moorea, from the time I was born until I was 12.
Amazing.
I moved to the States at 12 years old and have been living here in the US ever since. My dad is quite famous because he was one of the creators of the Overwater Bungalow.
Love it.
So that is
very, very cool. Yeah, absolutely fascinating. Awesome. So I'm going to jump right into it. And I actually have full power of the presentation, so I get to click all the fun buttons. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up our presentation here.
Perfect.
All righty. So welcome to the Conrad. Absolutely beautiful.
Welcome to the Conrad. So what you see, actually, the island in the background there, that is the main island of Bora Bora. And so essentially you have the main island of Bora Bora, and then most of the resorts are located around the main island. This is an aerial shot of where we are, and we have the main island of Bora Bora behind us.
Absolutely beautiful. All righty. Oops, let me click on this. There we go.
So one of the things I love about this property is that we have true entry-level categories. So say you want a luxury experience in Bora Bora, but you're not ready for the Overwater Bungalow experience, we have options for you. This one is lovely. The next level up is the one with a pool. I actually did 6 nights in this one, and I was a very happy camper. As you can see, you've got a gorgeous view of the beach. You have this beautiful plunge pool, which, let me tell you, is a lifesaver. And the room actually has quite a bit of privacy. It's very open, it's very roomy, and super comfortable. The next level up from this one is up on the hill. Now, these are really special because we are actually the only resort in Bora Bora with elevation. So we have an actual mountain. So we are a true island. And on this beautiful hill, we've got villas that have panoramic views of the water. And it's one of the few places in Bora Bora where you can actually have a villa that has a view like this, and you can see the difference in the color of the water.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, this villa has those doors that open all the way up.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah. That was the coolest thing.
Yeah. So these 3 room categories that I've just shown you are laid out like this. And the reason why that is because most of the time that we have families, they'll want to stay on land. And so that's, when I say families, I mean families with young children. And so you have that separation in the middle there. And then next slide. This is the little living room area. So you can actually sleep 2 small children in this room here. And those doors will close so that parents can have some privacy.
Love that.
Yeah. Now, I like to show this map before showing the overwaters. So we are most famous for the overwater bungalows. Our overwaters are truly one of a kind and so beautiful. But what's great about our overwaters is the layout. So the way that these are laid out, it actually gives you a lot of privacy. At some of the competition, you may have to see into somebody else's overwater, depending on the room category that you have. When you stay at the Conrad Bora Bora, you actually don't really have that at all. it's very, very unlikely that you're able to see into somebody else's overwater.
Love that.
Thanks. Yeah. Privacy is important to us.
Absolutely.
Especially in Tahiti.
Yep. The like perfect honeymoon destination.
Yes, it
Yes.
really is. So these are some of the overwaters, and you can see there's quite a bit of space in between the overwaters. And also we've got these like wooden like partitions on both sides. And so even if, you know, your neighbor is laying out on the deck topless, maybe, you wouldn't be able to see.
Perfect.
Yeah. We've got gorgeous, gorgeous bathrooms. When I'm usually on property, I'm by myself.
Yep.
I will take up both countertops. I want all of my things everywhere.
Yep.
I use one side for some things and then the other side for like my makeup and my hair. Yep. And anyway.
Totally. I love that. Me too. Me too.
And this is one of our overwaters. So this is the pool overwater category. And Mackenzie, I'm not sure if you're aware, but we are actually having some work done at the Conrad this year.
Wow.
The things that we're doing is that we will be adding pools to all of the overwaters.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
So at the moment, you know, we've got a few that are already like this, but pretty soon we're going to have all of them that will have the pool.
Oh, that is so cool.
The pool really is very decadent, you know, water over water, but it's really nice.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
It's kind of like something that you don't necessarily need to have, but if you have, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So most of our overwaters have a view of the ocean the way the other one did. And then we have 4 that look over the mountain like this one. This is definitely the iconic Bora Bora view.
Yeah. And I love these little, what are they technically hammocks?
They are, yeah.
I love them.
I'm not sure what the proper term for them is because it's not like a hammock that you like what we know a hammock to be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I love them. These were a lot of fun.
Yeah. And this is our sunset view pool over water. I'm a sucker for sunset. So if you are like me, we have room categories for you too.
Oh, amazing. That is such a pretty view. Oh my gosh.
Next up is the Royal Pool over water. I think this is probably my favorite. There are only 2 of these, but I love that these are so roomy. So on the next slide, you'll see that the room itself is very, very spacious. You can actually sleep 4 adults in this room. I personally wouldn't want to be an adult sleeping in that little living room area, but that's just me. I tend to recommend this one for families, particularly families with teenagers, for example. It's got so much more space. You've got this gorgeous deck, this nice big pool, and that water is just to die for.
Absolutely. I love how light and airy the room feels too.
Also, yeah.
Yeah.
Same. And then, of course, we have the presidential, the most decadent.
The coolest thing, unreal to see.
Yeah. So this is a 2-bedroom presidential. It has a loft that's upstairs that under normal circumstances would be like a living room area and have a couch. And but if you had, let's say you wanted to split this with an additional couple, for example, and make it a 3-bedroom, we can convert the loft into a bedroom. And the bathroom that's connected to the loft is the next slide.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, really, truly, you can have 3 couples very comfortably here. Nobody would be missing out. Nobody would be jealous, I don't think.
No.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And then this deck, of course, is my favorite part. So I dream of being able to do a stay in this room category with my family, being able to have some wine and some food and watch the sun go down. And then it's got that little jacuzzi tub. What's up?
Sorry about that.
That one it's not, the sound is not working properly.
No, it appears not to be.
So maybe just skip that slide altogether.
Okay. Sounds good. Sorry about that. My computer is not working. My computer restarted on me today in the middle of a consultation.
Oh.
So my computer could be having some issues. So I do apologize.
No worries.
Okay, let's see. Here we go. We're back.
Great. So now let's talk about restaurants and food, my favorite topic. So this is the Iriatai. This is our French restaurant where we serve breakfast and dinner. We are known to have the best pastry chef in all of Bora Bora. You will have all different kinds of flavors of croissant. I'm told that there's a red velvet croissant that, of course, I've never had a chance to try because I'm gluten intolerant. There are, of course, gluten-free offerings for me, but they're not quite as exciting as the others.
Absolutely. Okay.
So the next restaurant is going to be the Tamure Beach Grill. So the Tamure Beach Grill is a restaurant that serves local specialties. It's open for lunch and dinner. And it's also the place where we have our traditional Tahitian show and buffet that goes along with it. So that happens every Friday night. We do this beautiful spread of Tahitian food, and then we have an amazing show that is, in my opinion, the best in Bora Bora and possibly even the best in French Polynesia.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, the shows were so amazing to watch. Very talented performers.
Next up, you have Banyan. So Banyan is our most popular restaurant. It's Chinese. If there are any gluten-free folk out there like me, you will really enjoy this. So I had not had a dumpling in maybe 20 years, and I was able to have dumplings here at Banyan. It was all made with rice flour. There were people with me that weren't gluten intolerant that tasted them and compared them, and they said it tasted exactly the same. So that was a real treat for me. The chef is from China, so the food is very authentic.
Oh, delicious. And it's so pretty. Look at that koi pond. And that's next to the really humongous tree.
Banyan. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah.
I have 20 pictures of it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And then we have the Upa Upa Lounge. So a lot of the time, maybe if you've had a lot to eat for lunch and you want something lighter for dinner, this is really the place. So the Upa Upa Lounge serves cocktails, wines, and sushi.
Amazing. This
is the outdoor section of the Upa Upa, and that's actually where I like to sit, is outside. That little dock that you see here in the picture, it doesn't have any tables there, but if you were to be on property right now, you'd see that there are tables set up on that dock, and you can actually sit there and eat dinner there, and with the wind coming into your hair, and it's dreamy.
Oh, amazing.
And then we have a beautiful swim-up bar. And it's also, I'm told that this is the most social swim-up bar in the destination. So yeah, make friends.
Susan is very good at that.
Now, when we say breakfast is included, it doesn't include this breakfast. This is the very special canoe breakfast, where your breakfast will arrive by canoe, and you order it, from room service. It's a very special experience, one of a kind. Certainly something I encourage everybody to experience when you're in the islands. There's truly nothing like it.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Now, how do we reserve this? Is it usually the night before when you check in? What does that process
You
look like?
can reserve it the night before, and that's usually what we prefer so that we have time to make sure that we have somebody available with the canoe and the canoe's ready and all of that. And it also takes time for us to decorate the canoe, which I think is a big part of the experience.
I agree.
The day before or a couple days before is ideal. And I can connect you with the concierge and they can help you set that up.
Fantastic.
Now, this is Motu Tapu. So we are the only resort in Bora Bora that owns their own motu. A motu is an islet. You can walk around this islet in about 20 minutes. But what's cool is that if this is something that's interesting to you, schedule to have this little motu to yourself for 4 to 6 hours. And so I usually recommend that people do something during the day. We can do cultural activities, set up lunch on the beach. You can enjoy the water, go snorkeling, take fun pictures. It's dreamy.
That is so cool.
It's ideal for people that are like in groups,
Yeah.
be more fun. But of course, we can do, if you have a couple that wants to go out and have a lunch like this, we can do that.
Love that. Okay.
Now, this is another very cool spot. So we have a spa that is at the very top of the hill. And right next to the spa, we have this romantic dinner platform. And I love this spot because you can see the beautiful Mount Otemanu. And we can set up to have a romantic dinner done here with staff. We can do 5-course menus. It's really very special.
Absolutely beautiful.
Cool.
That is so pretty.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, our spa is absolutely amazing. It's definitely one of those things I would not miss. If you are able to come and stay with us at the Conrad, you have to have a spa treatment.
I bought a candle from the spa, even though I didn't experience it. Just walking in, it smelled so good. I had to buy a candle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It smelled delicious up there.
Oh, absolutely.
These are all the on-property activities that we have available at no charge. I still recommend that people do at least one activity per day off property, just because, you're going all that way and you really do want to experience the destination and get to know the culture a little bit. And the best way to do that is to go off property.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
The golf and sports simulator, we have that for people who, are really adamant to be doing sports, and maybe we don't have the equipment and what's available, but I'm told that this is really fun. I just, whenever I'm on property, I don't really have any interest in trying it out.
Yeah, I'm not a huge golf person myself, but I think sometimes virtual makes it a little bit more fun.
Yeah. We also have our own helipad, which is over the water. So if you are interested in coming to Bora Bora via helicopter and you want to stay with us at the Conrad, this is where you'll land.
Beautiful. That is so cool. It's a little
quite where it should, but I do feel like we have the best entertainment on the island.
This is so cool. Yeah, the fire dancers are unbelievably impressive.
Yeah. So Yeah. And then the next slide is, just that we're big on sustainability. Bora Bora is very, very rich in marine life. At the Conrad, we have incredible snorkeling. And we have, and all of our coral is natural. And we also have the longest stretch of a natural coral sand beach.
Amazing. Okay.
We do weddings. If you want to come and get married with us at the Conrad.
Yes, and I believe there was an update to weddings in general recently, correct?
That's news to me.
Oh, okay. I remember Deborah had been chatting with me. I do apologize about the dogs. I know Deborah had been chatting with me a little bit about it. I believe now legal ceremonies can be taking place.
Oh, that's exciting.
I know. So very, very cool. And then, fantastic.
That is it. As we say, into eating, not a dream. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely. And thank you. And I apologize. I was going to get up and close the door. Didn't want to leave you hanging.
All good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tekura. I'm looking through the comments here on our Facebook page just to see if anybody's got anything in particular. It doesn't quite look like it. I'm checking one more spot because I know we had some really good questions in here.
Sure.
I do see some questions about the weather in November. Is that a good time to visit? What's the weather like?
Good question. So when I was growing up in Tahiti, we had a rainy season and we also had a dry season. So rainy season was November through March and dry season was June through September. Over the last 10 years or so, 10, 15 years, just like the weather patterns have been crazy everywhere, it's affected us in that it's not necessarily rainy during the rainy season and not necessarily dry during the dry season. So that period of November through March, there will usually be a month, sometimes just 3 weeks, where it's particularly rainy. But there's no way to know if it's going to be November or if it's going to be February or if it's going to be January or March. Absolutely. It's kind of all over the place, and every year it's different.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just like most places, we always like to joke that the weather does not care.
Yeah.
What's your vacation, how much you spend on your vacation, it's going to do what it wants. If we could control the weather, we'd be a lot richer.
Truly.
Amazing. Okay, and then let's see. Anything else that I'm seeing in here? Let's see.
But on the weather, I tell people go when it's convenient. Because you can't predict the weather and you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to figure out when it's going to be good weather. And you're really better off just going when you can. And if it does rain, Tahiti is one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Yeah, we had a little bit of rain when we were there at the very end of our trip. And I found it, well, it could be because I'm in Arizona and we don't get a ton of rain, but I adore the rain. And I just sat outside and drank my coffee and just enjoyed the beautiful sounds of tropical rain.
It's great.
Yeah, so absolutely. Well, Tekura, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate you hosting me and giving me a tour of the beautiful property. Conrad is amazing. But yeah, I hope to come down there and visit you soon. And I know I'm sending all my clients to the Conrad, of course, because it's just impressive to be up there. The views from those hilltop villas were unbelievable. And I joked with my mom, I'm getting married, and the area that you had the romantic dinner right by the spa, when I was up there, I texted her and I was like, so can we get married here? And she goes, honeymoon.
Totally.
Yeah, but it was,
I'd love for you to do that.
I know, me too. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. It's been a pleasure. Let us know if you have any questions, but we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.